Where does AI fit? So the goal is business decision making. And one of the things that we have done research on over the years, and we keep coming back to, and I hear it today as augmented intelligence. AI is augmented, it's not artificial. It's assistive intelligence, recommendations. So we go from the range of the things that we see when you put data in front of people in your company, and they look at that and go, that's not right. Oh, that's wrong, and that should be cleaned up. Or that's from when we did that change a year ago, and that's kind of the old business rules. But we just overloaded that data column. So there's a lot of the human side which is still involved with they simply know it when they see it. Empowering those people broadly is one strategic move you should make. As you move into having the human do self-service work, the original hypothesis, hey, I have a hunch, I want to go see some data, that's humans. AI doesn't do that. But what we're seeing is that you can now have AI come in and do recommendations. So a lot of the tools are saying, hey, if I'm a self-service kind of data prep tool or data visualization tool, you bring in data sets, they're making recommendations. Hey, we see that these two data columns are likely to be joined. Is that what you want? Inner join, outer join. This is probably the best graph to use when or chart in representing your data and what you're trying to communicate. So in order to make that development or that self-service move faster, we have AI coming in and assisting people and saying, oh yeah, thanks, right? And these become rails that help us become faster. And then of course in the far right-hand side, you can get to a point that after you've figured something out, built the model, got the training data, and you're comfortable with what it's doing, turn it loose and get into that in the moment, hey, this just happened, I want to react like this. Right? Because a lot of times engagement with customers or within systems happens within seconds. That's your window of opportunity. So it's not really a person sitting back and saying, oh, let me recommend this, or we get the scripts from customer care people. This is AI, and you can see this today with a lot of the chatbot developments, helping guiding things on the spot. And if I went back to that first generation and second generation, the second, what that line really represents for me, and I think we saw this in a couple of presentations this afternoon, is scale. We were doing things with manageable amounts of data, frankly, right? Our biggest systems were hundreds of terabytes. Today, we have companies that ingest 1 petabyte per day volume of data. You can't have enough analysts to go through that data. You can't have enough people working on it, analyzing it, making decisions with it. The only thing that scales at that point are the new architectures that work with that and AI. AI can then be deployed thousands of times all over the place, working and learning and improving on the spot because we can't scale. So we've moved into this next generation of data. Now the scalability aspect is twofold. One is the volume that we have to tackle. Two is the complexity. AI is better at complexity. It will find patterns based on things. And if you think about changing worlds, retraining the data is easier than trying to code. And I've done this many years ago, the most sophisticated rules-based engines inside of ETL and systems we would build. And we were quite proud of those. But today, what goes on is moving to probabilistic reasoning. It's not that here's the answer, it's more that here is 83% probability this is the right answer with this confidence level. Is that good enough to move forward? And at scale, right, having those kinds of accuracy is a vast improvement than what we used to have before. So what you find is this scale trying to tackle complexity, increased volumes, and that's where AI kind of is allowing us to take over, because we can't.